can't walk. And methods of killing generally, if it's a big company, they'll be using just bolt guns. So that's a 22 shell, 8-inch bolt on the end of it. So it's just by a ram effect. So it's just like it's just like a gunshot really. And so you hold it to the triangle from their nose and their eyes this way, like down this way. So you try and hit that spot. The brain of a pig is about the size of a peanut. So it's a very small target. That's why it's not very effective. Because if you're off the wrong angle, you'll miss the brain, and you'll be doing it 2 or 3 times. Now, if you do it 2 or 3 times, you open that spot up. It's really hard to be constant. You can imagine she's moving. She's got a snare on her. She's not happy. Somebody's holding her. Snare is something that wraps around their snout and holds them. So one person would be in the front holding her, and the other person would walk up and perform the shot to the head, where you hope it worked. And if it didn't work, your last resort would end up be slitting its throat and letting it just bleed out and suffocate on its own blood. But that being said, you go and work on a private hog farm where the guy's cutting corners and doesn't have money, and he can't even afford to pay your wage, or the government has to pay your wage. That's how hard some of these hog farms are doing, where the Canadian government will actually pay the wage of the worker so that the farmer can make a little bit more money. On that farm, hanging was the method of killing most animals. If they were not too big, right? You have a dead cart, so it's like your box carrier, one of those things with the platform on it and box carrier, but you have a big thing welded onto the end with like a boat winch. So you wrap it around your neck and winch her up and then sit it against the wall if they weren't too big. That was what we did to a lot of the, anything that was 100 to 200 pounds generally, or even less than that. So that's a really hard way to see an animal die. Super dangerous too, because she starts thrashing it around, and that's why I say we line it up against a wall. So if she starts banging it around, she can just bang it around on the wall. It's sad. As a worker, I didn't think much of it because I wanted to keep my job. I didn't have a high school education. I didn't know where else to go work, right? Where I could make a measly $14 an hour, right? It's tough when you don't have the education. So yeah, those are the most. Euthanasia, we're not allowed to perform that. Some people say, well, you just barbiturates and euthanasia. Well, we're not allowed to use those. They won't even sell you those things. You have to be a vet to administer chemicals like that. So there's no way we can perform those kind of chemicals. That's why our acts are either sledgehammer, blunt force trauma, like we've seen with the dairy industry and stuff like that. So that's why workers tend to have to go to those more violent means, because we're not able to use more humane ways. And CO2 gas too, they sometimes use for piglets too, but it's expensive. Another cost, right? So.